Hi there, I'm Sally Stubbs. I'm delighted to be speaking with you again on this, my 5th short clip video in this series of how you can deconstruct that negative inner dialogue, that negative inner chattering or even bullying of yourself, which for all of us, pretty much 99% of us, we have that stuff going on, playing on and on and on, deep in our minds. It holds us up in life. It stops us achieving or simply being peaceful and happy in our own skin. So I'm repeating myself in saying that in deconstructing your own negative inner dialogue, you are doing one of the most powerful things that you will ever do for yourself in your life. I promise you that. And so if you haven't had a look at those first 4 videos with my top tips, and they're more than top tips really, I'm now calling them golden keys, because they're resolving this stuff for you and really unlocking and freeing your potential for happiness and celebration in life. So go and have a look at those first 4. It takes a few minutes of time each and every day for a while, but it takes time to do something that has amazing and awesome results. And in taking these few minutes a day, you can now permanently resolve that negative inner chatter and bullying of yourself. So what we've been leading up to is for you making a couple of lists. As I said, go and look at the first 4 if you don't quite know what I'm talking about at this point. You've been choicefully observing that negative inner chatter, you've been listing them. You've been then differentiating as to where those statements have come from. They came from one of 2 places. They came from the really big people in your life. There were messages from those big people that imported deep into your mind and keep on and on playing. The stuff like, I'm not good enough, I'm going to fail, I'm not acceptable, they won't like me, I can't speak up, and so on. But the second place that those messages will come from will have come from ourselves, particularly when we're emotionally vulnerable. When we're emotionally vulnerable and the environment or the people in the environment around us are really big, then our ego boundary becomes permeable to what's going on and those messages import into us. Use this as a simple example. Remember sometime when you were emotionally vulnerable, or when you were little, when you were a child, and the big people were maybe shouting at one another. You feel those words, that noise, which is negative stuff. You feel it actually import into you. You feel it by your throat drying up, or your stomach churning, or your heart pounding, or your breathing becoming irregular, or even feeling numb. That's that importation of those messages. And some of these messages come from ourselves. That's what you've been differentiating. When we've been in those vulnerable experiences, we make our own messages in an attempt to keep ourselves safe. That simple example that I use, that as a youngster or maybe a teenager, if I speak up and speak my mind, the big people won't like it, it won't be acceptable, I'll be in trouble, so I'm not safe. So I will learn to be a person who doesn't speak up, who doesn't speak my mind, and I call myself shy. And so out and about in the world, when there is the opportunity to speak up, I'm just using this as an example here, we have that message playing, be quiet, don't speak up, it isn't safe. So what you need to do with those messages that came from yourself in an attempt to keep you safe in emotionally vulnerable experiences and situations, what you need to do now in the coming days, or even give it a week or 2 or 3 weeks, it's so worth it, that you connect with that younger fragment of yourself. You explore that message where that is coming from, that younger fragment of yourself. And instead of trying to get rid of that younger fragment of yourself who was attempting to do something really useful, be safe, then you communicate with words such as I understand. If you can visualize that younger fragment of yourself, make a picture of them as if you're connecting with them, they maybe will not trust you to begin with, because what we've been doing now for decades is attempting in therapeutic strategies to get rid of those voices. That younger fragment will not be gotten rid of. It needs to be accepted, understood, and communicated with, so that you can then begin to guide that younger fragment of yourself intuitively, because I know you're sensitive and intuitively towards assisting that younger fragment of yourself to give up that message, because it's now safe. And you can't just do that like that, because this is a learning curve for that younger part of yourself. Go do it, I promise you, I keep on promising you. This is one of the most powerful, empowering of yourself things that you can ever do. And we so want you to have this experience within yourself, whatever you want to call it, happy in your own skin, peaceful, that if you go to sally-stubbs.com, or if you're in America, sally-stubbs.com, and go and download Have Harmonious Relationships. This is going to make your journey to what we're talking about really easy and effortless and fun. So when you download that, send us an email as to which one of the other courses we have there on MP3 download, and we'd like to gift you that other course. So just email us, let us know which you would like as a gift, and we are delighted to gift that to you, and we'll get that organized for you. So we need to also move on to the next short video clip, which is number 6, and we need to know how to build up positive inner dialogues. The mind will not deal with any kind of vacuum. It needs something playing there all the time, even unconsciously, when we're not consciously aware of that. And what we need to do is replace that negative, destructive dialogue with something positive. And there's an important way to do that. Positive thinking won't do it. Positive affirmations won't do it. We need to explore how you can achieve that. So hey, talk to you again soon. Or maybe the next time I talk to you is on my downloads, Have Harmonious Relationships with Yourself. Bye for now.